Hey, welcome in. You're listening to the daily version of the Korelin Economics Report. I'm Al Korelin. Appreciate you joining me. The guy coughing in the background is my friend Marshall Berol. Marshall is the co-portfolio manager of the Encompass Fund. You know, we have some very, very interesting things going on in the gold market today as we're recording. It's a little bit after 11 o'clock Pacific Daylight Time. You know, I've got to tell you, I don't really understand what's happening in the market right now. Gold is down $42, which I think one would have to say is just a continuation of a normal correction. Silver's down 94 cents right now. Dow Jones Industrial Average is up over 200 points, 203.92. The U.S. dollar is up a nickel, so it's really not doing very much. You know, I checked my stocks this morning, my gold stocks anyway, gold and silver stocks, and everything is up other than one of my holdings, a company called SilverQuest, is down about a penny. But who cares about that? I mean, it really doesn't make any difference. I think you've got some people right now who are not confused, Marshall, but I think that they have a real wait-and-see attitude. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, I think part of it's wait and see, but I think what you're seeing in the gold market is that gold had another excellent move over the last month or two, and as it's had excellent moves over the last 10 years, and people see it go down $50 or $100, and they say, oh my gosh, maybe it's all over, maybe the bubble has burst. An Encompass Fund, and we have a number of holdings in gold stocks. We're a stock mutual fund, think that that's not the case, that gold will continue to rise for a variety of reasons, as will silver. And but over this past period of time, the gold stocks have trailed the commodity. So today you see that the commodity is down, gold itself is down, and it's a reasonable correction or profit-taking or however you want to define it that's gone on over the last, say, week or so. But on the other hand, a number of the stocks, as you've just mentioned now, the gold stocks are up, as are silver stocks. And that's a function, we believe, of the gold stocks catching up to what has happened with the price of gold over the last several months. And again, we think that'll continue. There was a good-sized merger announcement this morning. Rico, which is a producer, is buying Northgate, which is a producer, with a 45% premium to to Northgate's price. So the companies themselves are confident that there's more solid times to come, and will want to increase their projects, and therefore we think there'll be continued merger and acquisition activity, particularly by the producers who are getting good cash flow and good margins, and likely to continue to do so, acquiring companies that fill out their districts or their projects or areas of operation.
Marshall, let me ask you this. You know, people have asked me in the past, what do I see as being perhaps the end to this, to this particular segment of the bull market cycle in gold? And my comment was, the only thing that I can possibly see would be if, in fact, the U.S. very definitely got their economic house in order. If the world saw a definite plan, a concrete plan that made sense for us to get our economic house in order. Now, President Obama is coming out next week with this supposedly fantastic job creation plan. Number one, do you think that may have some effect on the philosophy of, the U.S. is doing all they can, they're getting their house in order, and maybe U.S. dollar-denominated investments aren't a bad place to be? What do you think about that?
It would be a very short-term effect, if at all. This is Jobs' speech number. I have no idea how many.
427.
For the president, and we would all like to see an improvement. It's questionable if government can do it. It's questionable if there's anything out there that government can do that they haven't already tried over the last 2.5 years, and even before that. I mean, under the Bush administration, they had the TARP, and they had various programs, and there have been numerous programs since then of different types and factors, fiscal policy, monetary policy. None of them are really working. Whatever he says next week might have some momentary short-term effect, but it's going to be the proof is in the pudding. And even if the U.S. gets its house in order, you've still got Europe, you've still got demand coming out of the emerging market countries where the consumers have more money, and part of which they want to put into gold bars or coins or jewelry. So even if the U.S. got its house in order, which would be very nice, doubtful, but very nice, we continue to think that gold continues to rise, as does silver.
There you have it from Marshall Berol, co-portfolio manager of the Encompass Fund. Big Al agrees 1,000%. Going to be back with you tomorrow.